Welcome to JBO's 101 light tanks. Alright, so I'm looking for their arty back here. Got a couple of their tanks chasing me. There's their arty. See if I can take him out. I'm going to go into some circles that just kind of keep the enemy from hitting me, missing me. You'll see shots landing all around me. Occasionally want to hit me, like that guy. But I'm effectively taking on a medium, an arty, a Jagdpanzer E100. And my team members are having opportunities to shoot them while they're busy trying to shoot me. But by circling this house, I'm keeping this guy from having his barrel on me so much. I think he's reloading, which is very helpful. But it's real helpful for me to stay moving because it makes the other guys on his team harder to hit me. If I just sit there still, unless I do it behind the house, he's going to have a good chance to hit me.
You're knocked out. I don't see the target.
Over the equipment on here. First of all, coated optics, very important for light tanks. I also use binoculars. I know some people don't use them both, but I like to get my view range as high as possible. And I use vents. Oftentimes people will use camouflage net instead of the vents, but the camo on this tank's already good enough, so I'm using the vents to increase the other skills. Alright, let's go over the skills. For the commander, I use 6th Sense, Brothers in Arms, Situational Awareness, Concealment, and Recon. For the gunner, I use Deadeye, Concealment, Brothers in Arms, Snapshot, and Safe Stowage. Now for the driver, use Brothers in Arms, Concealment, Smooth Ride, Clutch Braking, and Off-Road Driving. A light tank's greatest weapons are its concealment, speed, and maneuverability. Now here I'm going to use its speed and maneuverability, as well as the concealment, to sneak around the field and get into the backfield and see what damage I can do. Now I notice that the right hand side of this field looks kind of weak. We've got quite a few tanks over there, so these guys are winning. But I can sneak right along this edge right down here, since they've made it past the bridge already. And I can get up here into their backfield. And here I go, I'm running for my run. I start lighting up the enemy team members so my team can see them and shoot them and start creating some confusion. Shoot what I can, get beside them, make the TDs turn so they get shot in the side, or shoot them in the side myself, and just run around and cause havoc. Be sure and keep moving when you get into a situation like this. Don't stop. Circle stuff, keep its guns off of you while killing you.
Enemy vehicle destroyed. Where'd they go?
Now oftentimes when I get up close to an arty like this, another arty will fire and shoot me, so you may not want to be as close as I am right now, but I like to surf right behind arties and TDs and just sit on their backside where they can't shoot me and I can shoot them until my bullets are out. When driving a light tank, try to keep foliage between you and other tanks in order to help maintain your camouflage. In this instance, when I spot this other light tank, I managed to keep a building and foliage between us so as that he never actually spots me, and I still managed to get into my position I'm trying to get to. So now I'm safely into my bush, and this light tank up here is just lit up getting shot. Just because you have a shot doesn't mean you need to take the shot. As a light tank, often your most powerful weapon is to just use your cover, keep the tanks lit up when you can, and let your team snipe them from a distance. Notice that I have positioned myself in front of my teammates so I can effectively light the other team up while my teammates can snipe at them. I'm not getting a lot of spotting damage here, but I'm getting some. This is still a great place to start off on this map. Now I am passively scouting. There's two types of scouting. There's passive and active. Since I'm sitting still in a bush and I'm not shooting, I'm passive. Now this other light tank on the other team that's been lit up several times and just lit up again is actively scouting. He's running around trying to light up things. And is an effective means to light up a passive scouting light tank. If he has a clue where I'm at, he can run towards me and get close enough to light me eventually. But he's not actually anywhere near me. In World of Tanks, one of your most powerful weapons is your mini-map. Watch your mini-map, guys. You should be looking at that very often. Most of the tanks have lit up on the other side of the field. A lot of the teams over there. I'm going to go ahead and go see if I can find some more tanks down below this ridge. Notice that I'm staying down in the below the hill, so as the T-95 and the other tanks above it can't see me and light me up. I'm getting some more lights and just show my team where some of the rest of their tanks are. Now again, I'm going to pull up behind a bush to see if I can light up the back side of this hill. And I managed to get this Romby lit up. And a couple other things up there. Again, I'm not firing right now because I want to maintain my cover and not get spotted. That way I can light up anything. Now I notice that this heavy is coming around like he's going to attack this TD. So I decided he did, so I decided to join him on the attack. Now notice that the TD keeps looking at me. He wants to shoot me because I'm a nice soft target versus that heavy tank. But you'll see that oftentimes. And also the medium tank back there is shooting me versus the heavy. But I'm not sure if he has a shot on the heavy. Alright, now right here with the Artie, notice that I bob and weave. Now this Artie still manages to splash me pretty good. But I'm weaving, making it harder for him to hit me. And a lot of times that'll make people miss and stuff. Well to this medium tank and not straight out. That way when he shoots me, it'll bounce or possibly miss. Now on this map, there's a great row of hedges up here that you can light up just about anything headed towards the city. So you can catch all those heavies going over there, light them up, and shoot them if you want, and so forth. So I'm going up here to this hedgerow, I'm going to light up anything coming that direction, and I'm going to have to battle it out here with this little light tank.
Permission to engage.
I didn't have to shoot him because he hadn't spotted me. I could have just sat there. But I chose to, battle it out. Play with it. Luckily, I'm putting regular rounds into him, and he's shooting me with AG, so I'm doing a lot more damage to him.
Let's find another target.
Now that he's gone, I can start sniping these heavies as they come across. Along with, I'm lighting them up, so all my team members that come up here with me, they can shoot me as well. Notice I'm getting lots of spotting damage doing this. Down in the bottom left-hand corner. Now I'm still shooting at this guy because I know he's there even though I can't see him. I'm trying to get him out of the picture. I'm not sure if he's still there, but I got a feeling he probably is. Now light tanks, you have to play them a little differently than everything else. You got a lot of speed, maneuverability, You can see a long ways, but you don't have the health, the armor, any of that. Luckily, they gave them pretty good guns, and they can defend just about anything. Maybe not from the front, but they defend it. Oftentimes, you got to get around beside them. So here, I'm starting to work around. I'm going to try to flank these guys. Now that I've lit up and I know that side of the field, there's not much over there, unless it came down the far line right there, because I would have lit it up. I should have swung a little further here so I didn't get spotted, but I did get spotted. That's okay, they don't really know where I'm actually going. I know. Oh, you're here, of course. So now that I'm dark again, usually about 10-12 seconds you're back to dark after you've been lit. I'm going to up here lighting up this guy, get some more spotting damage up. You know, I'm going to start shooting. And I'm running on around. Not finding much over here, but hopefully I'll run into something to show. I notice it's heavy. I just lit him up. I just backed up to the house between us to make sure he didn't shoot me, but he didn't see me. So I'm going to hop in a bush and just keep him lit up. Even though I can shoot him here, I'm not shooting him. I'm just letting other people shoot him. Plus he's so heavy I'll probably bounce off of him. Now that he's down with nobody else can hit him, I start shooting him because I got to take him out or he's going to kill me. Trying to put it in his fort there. Yes, got him. I always try to use the foliage around you for best cover as you can. Here I'm slowly pulling up, trying to spot something. Oh, I spotted him. But it looks like he let me too. It's okay, I'm going to go ahead and put one in him because he's not paying attention. I got his attention now. Pretty sure he's probably going to be looking towards me. Yep. Take him out on the backswing. That way if he shoots, maybe he'll bounce off of me. And move on. Let's go see if I can get something else lit up here for our guys to shoot. Make sure you pay attention to your mini-map when you're playing a light tank. Notice that we basically have these guys surrounded on 3 sides here. We're just picking them apart. I'm using my range to shoot, lighting them up, just playing from behind. I saw a study one time where they watched the professionals that play World of Tanks and the EA Sports, and they actually look at the mini-map more than they look at the screen, which really surprised me, because for me it's probably like a 20% 80. I'm looking at the screen 80% of the time. I look at occasionally glance at the mini-map. But look at your mini-map, guys. Look more often, see what's going on around you besides just the tank that you're fighting. It's kind of like a rear view mirror, you know. If you're driving in a car, you want to know what's behind you and what's around you. When you can, use dips in the terrain for cover and houses for cover. Here I'm hiding behind this house while I'm keeping this guy lit up. I know if I back out too much, oh, I'm dead. I made a mistake, guys. I backed too far. But still, that was an awesome game. We won. Over 8,000 spotting, about 2,000 damage myself. So that's a 10,000 game right there, guys. It's not the best in the world, but that's like a class 1, I believe. 8,700 spotting and 1,800 damage. Not a bad game. 4 kills, 5 bonds, spotting medal, first class.